Attention all viewers, the program you are about to watch, Searching for Sasquatch, is for entertainment purposes. Accounts described by guests are claimed to be true and accurate. Some names have been changed to protect individual privacy. Jason Kenzie is an expert animal adventurer with 25 years of field experience. Caution and companionship is advised for all who venture into the deep forest or backcountry.
This is so cool that we're out here looking for tracks with Tim, the tracker. They were moving so fast that it was streaking.
Yeah, they were streaking across.
Almost like a line.
Yeah.
So it was pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
As Tim, Troy, and myself moved slowly along this muddy embankment, our eyes are glued to the ground, searching for any footprints that is possibly left behind by the creature the locals have referred to as the skunk ape. I was starting to lose hope when all of a sudden Troy yelled, "Hey, I think I found something."
That one, no, this right here.
Oh yeah. Hey, nope, that's definitely one. Before I began my investigations into the lure of Bigfoot, I traveled the world meeting people who live with the most amazing animals. The dynamics that surround these forest giants is very complex. Oh, this is so cool. As a skeptic, I'm on a mission, an adventure of a lifetime, to find evidence that if these Bigfoot creatures are real, I can once and for all put my doubts aside and share with the world that that sound of that simple crack in the forest may not just be a chipmunk. My name is Jason Kenzie. These are my chronicles into searching for Sasquatch. I hear something. Made it back to Florida. I am with Tim Turner.
Hey.
And we are going after the skunk ape once again. He was here last time I was in Florida. We're going to a whole other area. Where are we going?
Green Swamp,
We're
which
going.
is really huge. Yeah, we're going to several different areas inside the Green Swamp.
So the Green Swamp is about 40 minutes away from here.
Yes, it's like between 45 minutes and an hour, depending on what part we go to. Yeah.
And so there has been many sightings of these skunk ape creatures in this area. In fact, Tim has found many footprints.
Yes, many. Yes.
And so this is going to be so exciting. I'm so glad you guys are all going to be here to come along for this journey. This is going to be fun. Well, unless Tim gets, taken by skunk ape, then it won't be that much fun because, he's my ride. The Green Swamp comprises of 560,000 acres located between Tampa and Orlando. The Green Swamp is recognized as one of the two most important swamps in Florida and is an essential piece of the Florida Wildlife Corridor. It is composed of longleaf pine, sandhills, upland hardwoods, pine flatwoods, cypress swamps. Over 300 species of fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals are dependent on these habitats and the great native biodiversity of the Green Swamp. Over the years, there have been hundreds of sightings of this bipedal creature that the locals have nicknamed the skunk ape. Finally, after a few hours of driving, we pull into the site where we're going to be camping for the next couple nights. Before we get started on this adventure, I would like to introduce you to Tim.
This is the camp area.
Okay, push record. There is an alligator behind you, but it's in the water, so don't worry, I'll be watching. Only because he's holding my camera. Is it recording? Is it recording? It is so nice to meet you, Tim.
Yeah.
So I want you just to tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Tim T. I'm Tim Turner. I go by Tim T or Tim T in Florida. So I've spent a couple years in the military in the United States Army. combat engineer. I grew up hunting and fishing. So I grew up hunting all my life, learning animal tracks. So I got started doing this 5 years ago, doing Bigfoot research. But I wanted to know for myself if these beings were real, if they were really out here. Because all my hunting experience, I had never seen one. I never had one walk out in front of me. So I got out here and really just started using my tracking skills and started learning. And I actually started finding evidence pretty quick that they were real and they were here. I was finding footprints from 6 inches up to 18 inches. I have seen 2 different ones running on separate occasions. One was at night, one was in daytime.
So the one in the daytime, what did it look like?
It was gray, it was a gray color Sasquatch, and it was just about a blur. It was as big as I am, maybe a little bit bigger. And it was almost like a blur, it was running so fast.
And the one at night?
The one at night was red, and it was on the left side of a trail as I was walking and shining my flashlight ahead of me. And I use a green flashlight at night so I can see tracks better. So as I was shining that light and going along, I actually seen him start running. He was just a few feet ahead of me on the side of the trail. I guess he was sitting there watching me. And when I got close enough to him, he just took off running. And I could see that he was red. He was a juvenile. He was a little bit smaller than me. And he just took off running, and he was really fast too. Another one that's just like superhuman speed. But I got a good glimpse of him as he was running, and I could tell that he was red. I could see the color.
Was it red or kind of orangey red?
No, he was more of a red, yeah. But too, it was at night, and it was with the flashlight too. As he took off and started running, he came up on 2 feet.
Back when you were in the military, what did they train you in?
They trained me in, I was combat engineer, so they trained me in explosives, dynamite, C4 explosives.
What are we doing tonight?
We'll leave camp here, we'll go out a little ways and cut up in some woods up in there and look around some, see if we can find any kind of tree structures, things like that. Maybe try to get some eye shine. I actually have one spot I'd like to go to and sit down for a little while. I've got eye shine there before and had something thrown at me before right there.
You also have some photographs.
Yes, I do. I have some photographs. Most of them are thermal footage, photographs, because the thermal camera, you can use it during the nighttime and during the daytime. So I have some pretty good images, both daytime and nighttime of them.
As you're here talking to me, you truly believe that out there are creatures known as skunk ape.
Yep. I know they're true. I know they're real. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
You won't believe this, but there is an alligator sitting over there, not that far away from us. Wow, look at that thing. Oh my God, here. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it for yourself. Let me show you exactly how far away that we are tenting from this alligator. Okay, here we go. There's the alligator. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, that is so close. It's a good thing that Tim is sleeping closer to the water than I am. No, all of a sudden, I heard something moving in the brush right beside us. Talking pig. Tim and I moved closer into the jungle to see if we can get a glimpse of whatever is moving around. We are on high alert because we know how dangerous wild boars are. That is, if it's a wild pig. I bet you if we followed this all the way down, we'd probably come close to where maybe a nesting site of a pig or pigs. Yeah. With nothing found, we head back to camp to set up a couple tree camps. It wasn't long till Mother Nature crashed down on us with floodwaters and ear-breaking thunder. beautiful as the rain sounds. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I swear I heard a vehicle pull in. At least it sounded like a vehicle, which is strange. There shouldn't be any vehicles where we are. I hope this rain stops soon. This is Florida, which is very good news. We could find tracks in the mud. I get up to look around for any vehicles, but with nothing seen, I head back to bed. I'm looking forward for tomorrow. I'm meeting up with some old friends. Good morning, everyone. It's the next morning after it rained all night, and now we're going to take down the tents. We're going to move to the next location. We're out of here. We're going to another location. Prime view while the rain has ceased. So where are we going right now?
We'll go down here to down the road a little ways. There's a big lone pine tree, like out in a small clearing that I've had a couple people say is a portal. And I've actually been to it one time before and set my tri-field meter up against it. The tri-field meter didn't get any readings on it, but it started fluctuating like it was losing power. So I want to go back there and see if it does it again.
The skunk ape is said to be a large bipedal creature, walking on 2 legs, covered in hair, standing 7 to 9 feet tall, a much smaller creature than its cousin Bigfoot. Some say they have 3 toes, while others say it is no different than Sasquatch. The name that is given to this creature is because of its horrendous smell. Either way, I believe that this creature looks nothing like a skunk. As Tim was saying, people in the skunk ape community believe that this lone tree in the middle of this field is connected to a portal. I have never seen a portal yet, so I can't say for certain they are real. Well, I'm about to find out. See if we can find any tracks. I have a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. If not with skunk ape, with other animals. But it is so beautiful here.
Someone turned the traffic before it was fluctuating. That's my phone causing it to spike. So the tree's not causing any radio frequency.
A fellow Bigfoot researcher named Troy Palmer showed up. This is exciting because he's going to be researching with us. Here last time when I was out filming. He is the professional spiderweb, breaker, So this is great. I'm glad that you're here.
You got 2 spider webs, that's why I came out.
Yeah. I called him. I said, hey, I saw a spider web. I walked through it. Troy, I need you to come here.
And as soon as I heard that, I packed my stuff and came out.
Yeah. Okay. And hey, we got Tim T. Hey, Tim T.
Hey Tim, how's it going?
There are quite a few venomous snakes back here, and that I need to put on my rubber boots. Good chance these will not stop the bite of a rattlesnake, but it's better than it's going to be quite. Is it swampy back there?
Some of it is, yes.
But I love getting blisters on my feet, so he's going to do awesome for me. So we just heard something, either just something fell in the forest, or maybe something stepped on something. What do you think you heard?
It could have been something that fell, like you said, or maybe something threw something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was, but it was definitely heavy.
Yeah, it was heavy, that's for sure. What the hell are they feeding these chipmunks here? I've never seen one of these. What are they called?
Swallowtail hawk.
Swallowtail hawks. I have to research those birds, but birds of prey.
Yep.
They're huge, actually.
They're a pretty bird.
I can see why they're angry. Because I'd be angry if I was called swallowtail. After a little while of looking around, we came across a familiar sight. A tree pulled over. I needed to see if there was anything holding it down. After seeing so many of these tree structures, I wanted to uproot it from the brush that is holding it down to see if it would fly up into the original position. After determining it wasn't going to stand up again, I decided to create my own to see how hard it would be for me to make. Hey Sasquatch, this is how you do it. So using my massive muscles, I finally got it up. Here we go. All right. All right. We're going to leave this here so the next researchers that come by will be like, oh my God, look at this! This is definitely made by Skunk Ape. I'm telling you, crikey! This is definitely not man-made. This is what we see in the forest.
Yep.
In many places around North America.
Mm-hmm.
You find a tree that will bent over, and there is something usually holding it down. Now, how long do you think it would take for this to stay like that without that log being there?
It wouldn't. It would spring right back up.
It would, like,
Yeah.
a year from now, it would still spring back up?
Probably.
Then why would this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For some reason, these Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Skunk Ape creatures seem to be able to manipulate the limbs somehow. They'll be able to bend it somehow. I mean, this is only a theory, but imagine, because I found ones that there was like 6 or 7 in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
And then everything beside it on either side,
Mm-hmm.
for as far as the eye can see, were all straight up,
Yep.
except for 6 or 7 of them going across the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I was a creature, realistically, this is what you would have to do. Hold it there. Just go. Me hold this here. We're going to make fun of researchers that come by. I'm going to have to stand here for a good 2 years and hope that it stays. Quick, Bobby, go get log, put it there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's just, but obviously, we're not going to do that. Right? Unbelievable. So we are in this amazing location. Like the whole ground is sand. And this is great to find footprints of anything. See anything? Have to be careful not to get lost in here. But there is a lot of wild hogs here. It looks like something's been going back and forth over this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's something that seems to be going over this log. Like I said, it may not be nothing, but definitely looks out of place because it's in this one spot where you're standing.
Yeah.
Like it's jumped over. Oh, sorry, I didn't see any footprints. I don't know if what made these patterns over this log was made by a skunk ape.
Maybe a bird digging for.
But why? But nowhere else.
Yeah, it's just right in
Yeah,
here in
it's
these
just right
areas.
there.
Right where it looks like something like that is a path, like where you just came from, just right over it.
Yeah. I was looking for hairs too, so
Yeah.
yeah. Hairs could have got hung up, but don't see any.
There is so much wildlife in these woods. Tim and Troy, they were telling me that there's copperheads, there's water moccasins. There's so much wild boars out here, and also there's wild turkeys, plump and big and fat, and I'd love to try and catch one. Can you catch a turkey with your hands, or would they just rip you apart?
You wouldn't be able to get close enough to touch it.
No? Well, what I'm going to do is I will hide up here, and when one comes by, I will lunge on top of it. Okay, just leave me. Leave me. Do I look camouflaged? Here, turkey, turkey, turkey. Here, turkey, 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 turkey. I ventured into the wild swamps of Florida beside Tim T, the tracker, and Troy, the explorer. After long hours hunting for signs that could lead us to the legendary Skunk Ape, we stood on the edge of destiny, about to be stunned by the discovery awaiting us.
And what's interesting is typically a boot is more rounded.
Yeah,
This one should.
Hey, we're to the mud. This is exciting because it'll be much softer. So possibly we found a footprint.
Yeah, so there's a big toe here. The toes come around. The foot comes around to the heel, and then back around.
It's not enough to cast.
No, it's not. No.
You can still see maybe a break.
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then it comes up. And maybe the break is here.
It looks like through here would be
Yeah,
a break if
the
it
break.
does have one.
Yeah, you're right.
It does look like a break there.
Yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, right in here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
this
a
looks
possible footprint. And
Yeah, and it's been rained in. So,
it's been rained on, so
Yeah,
that's really cool.
yeah, but that definitely doesn't look like a boot. It's 14.5 inches. Let me see, my boot's 11.5, almost 12 inches.
And that one, this one's 14.
That's
goes from
14.5.
here to that big toe
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching Tim do what he does best, tracking. And he has already taught me a few things. This is amazing, finding these footprints.
Some of this is mashed down. Right in here, some of this is mashed down.
This is so cool to go tracking with Tim. And I'm pretty sure we found a trackway from something. Yeah, this is so much fun. I love this so much. Desi, you should have made it. You're missing all the fun, Desi. Troy isn't as fun as you. Crap. I forgot he was over there. Dizzy. Troy is amazing. Way better than you. What do you want to say to Dizzy?
I'm suffering separation anxiety. Get your butt down here.
I thought for sure this was the end of finding any more imprints in this muddy clay. Then all of a sudden, Troy yells out something that made me bust my ass to get over to him. So Troy found a 14-inch footprint. That was the circle?
I don't know about that one. No, that's right here. Big toe.
Oh yeah. Hey, nope, that's definitely one. Good job there. Look right there.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
That's good, Troy.
that is good. Haha.
Yeah.
So he could have been.
So it's going the other way. That's not the same one as over there.
No.
This one looks different.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I was in the shadow. That's the problem.
What's that, 14, you think?
It's about 14.
Yeah. I mean, it shrunk a little bit.
Could be a little smaller, but the rain could have done that too. The other rain could have
Squished it in.
made it going a little bit.
This is so much fun. Now, hopefully tonight we get some kind of a, you know, a yell or a scream or something. And you know, once you actually see a footprint, it's almost like they stand out. So, how many do you think we found? 6? 7? Found 6 or 7 of them. And they're all going this way. So if there was a second one, it actually, the other one jumped over onto this side. So that means they were looking for something. Because just like how we do it, we're like, okay, hey, I'm going to go on the other side and look. I mean, it could be still a homeless man walking around barefoot that's 7 feet tall. The following day, Tim and I set out on an adventure to meet some incredible friends, and I couldn't wait to see what unexpected treasures the day would bring. But before we joined up, I was determined to have a chat with a witness who had an absolutely wild encounter with what he believed was a monstrous Bigfoot. The suspense inside me was building.
Hey Jason, this is my friend Joey Bruce. So we've been researching a lot together, and he's got some really good stories for us.
Hey Joey, nice to meet you too.
My name's Joey Bruce. I used to play Major League Baseball many, many years ago. Now I'm retired. I've been researching for like 12 years. And I had a crazy weekend about 2 years ago up in a place called Tiger Island. It's near Cedar Key, Florida, north central Florida. I got up there on a Friday. Friday night, we had been out. We came back in. And the way the place is set up, there's a cabin. And in front of the cabin, there's a pond. And right on the other side of the pond, there's a feeder. Later that night, we do this all during the night. We tiptoe out to the front porch. It's got a wraparound front porch. We tiptoe out there with lights. And this is what I did. Unfortunately, Rick wasn't with me this time. That's the guy that owns the cabin. I tiptoed out there. I hit the spotlight. Immediately when, of course it was shooting towards the feeder, immediately I seen a large creature on all fours at the other side of the pond. As soon as I hit it with the spotlight, it hauled ass up the embankment, hauled ass towards the woods. I had the spotlight on it the whole time. I thought it was a big hog because it was just...
Was it on 2 legs?
It was on 4 at this time.
It was kind of like doing a spider crawl.
No, it was just running fast, real fast. And I held the spotlight on it. You know, it's probably 50, 75 yards away. And I had the spotlight on it the whole time. I followed it. There's a wood line up across from the pond. It ran up on all 4s really, really fast. But I kept the spotlight on it, and as soon as it got at the edge of the wood line, it stood up like a person. That's when I knew what I was looking at right then.
So going back to him like running, was his front arms touching the ground when it was running?
Oh yeah.
Oh, at the beginning?
Definitely, yeah.
So it didn't look like a spider? Like it didn't look like it was...
No, it was running like a 4-legged creature and running real fast. It was super fast. I went and got Rick and we ran down there, and we did run to look, see if we could find some tracks or something. And we'd been out there maybe 2-3 minutes looking around, and all of a sudden we got, I would say, roared at from the woods. Really? Yeah. It sounded like a lion or something. I mean, it was pretty scary.
Do you think that these skunk ape creatures one and the same with UFOs and aliens?
Yes, definitely. Well, when there's activity up there, there's always orbs or the UAPs, or we hear grunts, we hear chatter. I've been knocked back, you know, I do knocks, they'll knock back sometimes.
As I sit here listening to Joey's amazing encounter, I knew it was time to end this interview and start our hike into the jungle with Pam, Kathy, and James. Nice. Okay, well, I think that's good. I think we got it, guys. Tim was taking me to a spot where he had 2 skunk apes watching him and his wife.
Jason, let me show you this. Let me show you the difference between a hog track and a deer track. A lot of people get them mistaken. So this is a hog track, and you can see how it's curved more on the front there. Where a deer comes more into like a heart shape, like that. And the back of it here is just kind of rounded. But usually a deer's more heart shaped like that. But you can also get you can get a deer track that's more straight like this, a little more straight. It'll look pretty much like that. And that's a buck usually when they're doing that. And a hog track can look more similar to this as well, but they're still just a little different. Usually the hog tracks are more rounded on the very front. So a lot of people get them mistaken, especially if they're in an area where they've never really seen hog tracks before.
Okay, so what are we doing and where are we going?
Okay, I'm taking you into an area where I had set up game cameras. I had set up 1 game camera first, and I had put a gifting spot. I was putting apples and Snickers candy bars in there. And during the night, one night, the game camera was moved. It was moved from facing at the apples, the gifting spot. It was moved around, and you could tell it was holding the straps on the camera, on the game camera, and it was behind the tree, behind the camera. So it moved the camera from facing that way. It moved it over here. As it moved, it was shaking, and then it straightened the camera up. It straightened it up just like a person would. Yep, something moved it.
3-4 inches.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, because it was facing right there. Yeah, now it's facing out that way.
What's interesting about this video is the creature moved the camera to the side so it can get at the apples without being captured on camera. This is so interesting.
Yeah, and then when we went back in there, of course the apples and candy bars were gone.
Now, has there been sightings of these creatures in that area?
Yes, there has, yeah. There has been one of the park rangers a couple years ago told Desi that there was a sighting back right in here where we're going to also.
Do you think that what moved the camera was a Bigfoot?
I think it was, yes.
Or a skunk ape?
Yeah, skunk ape, yeah. I have actually a photo that my friend Dave, Bigfoot Dave,
yeah,
he was in there with me. We were working together, setting up the game camera and the apples and stuff. So he was with me. So when we would set them up and we would leave the area, we would stop and film. I was filming with video, and he would take pictures. So I got a picture here that I want to show you that he actually took as we were walking away, and it looks like the skunk ape is holding my candy bar wrapper, like he's already opened it, and you can see the white inside of the candy bar wrapper.
Cool. So we're going there right now.
So that's where we're going now.
Then what are we waiting for? Come on, let's go!
You know there was a BFRO sighting here.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know.
Marion might know, but a long time ago there was a sighting in Cold Creek from BFRO.
Oh.
Brooke and I found 2 bobbers in 2 different places the same color.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just last weekend. And like she said, I found a ball, and I said, she said it's pink and white, and I said, I found a bobber is pink and white. And we get together, and there it is, the same thing.
Yeah,
but they didn't have it didn't have the
white and pink bobber.
It didn't have the part where you hook it onto the line.
Yeah, there's no part to hook it to a fishing line.
Yeah, that's the only different. That's the only weird thing. It was just weird. I thought it was different. There's no water around, so why is there bobbers? It was weird.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for magnetic readings. I've got the tri-field meter on standard magnetic. So I'm looking for any kind of magnetic readings, especially if it spikes up high, to possibly be a portal, maybe. It's just staying pretty much on 0.1, 0.2, which is normal. Fixing to go in right here.
Yeah.
Me and my wife Lynette, we were walking in off the trail, just a few trees over. So she was carrying the camcorder filming. So she was filming me from behind, and when she panned around, you could see there was two of them over here. They come up close. You can see them move in the video. And one of them, the head, you can see this whole head, the black head. It looks just like Patty. The head does.
Was this nighttime?
No, this was daytime.
Really?
It was daytime. So she was just filming. So when she filmed me, she panned back around this way. When she panned back around, they were gone.
Check this out, guys. May not be Bigfoot, but this is interesting. This has been all pushed down. It's a blind. Look.
That's too good.
Look at this.
Nice.
It's a blind. You know, it kind of almost reminds me of like a beaver dam. Like a beaver kind of.
Yeah, they did that to keep the dew off of.
And look, everything's been broken. This is really cool find.
Is there water right there?
Yeah, right behind us, the water.
Well, what do you think? Is this cool?
That's what they do here. They'll bend these trees over like this, make a hunting blind.
Yeah.
Everything's still alive. Come springtime, this will all be green again. Everything will be green. It's still growing, so it'll keep hiding them. They'll be able to get in here and keep hiding in all the greenery.
And there's an animal trail right here.
I get back here.
Yeah, there's deer and hogs both come up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we hear ya.
So obviously it could be made by humans. I mean, it's a possibility, but still it's kind of neat to find. I found this kind of stuff before in other places around North America. But I don't know if you can see this over. I don't know if you can. It stands out from everywhere else. Now, do you think hunters could have made this?
No, this is not a hunting area.
No?
No hunting here.
So you hear that? There's no hunting allowed.
Yeah.
This is a state park, they're not allowed to hunt.
Yeah, they're not allowed to hunt. Yeah.
And the fact that we found the bend, the branch of the tree that's upside down. Okay, so we now found
There's a peace sign too.
like a symbol on the ground, which I've seen in other places. I don't know if you can see this behind me.
Pretty cool. Another thing that I
Look
look
at
at
that.
on these X,
That is so cool. Can you see
you
this?
stick at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
You see that a lot on the X's.
This is over and under, so that's real neat.
Yeah.
It has me placed.
Yeah, it is,
Follow it.
Yeah.
That one, to this one,
Look at this,
to
right?
that one, to that one,
Yeah.
to this one, and this makes an A right here.
Oh, wow.
Right here.
Oh, it sure does. Yeah.
See, so this is under over, so something had placed it on over it and under it. Well, you think this doesn't mean too much until you turn around. Turn around, Troy. Come here. Look at this. It's a blind.
Yeah, that's real good.
Come here. Get back to it.
Check that out.
Check
That's
this
pretty
out.
neat.
Is that cool or what?
Yeah, very cool.
Right? So you got these big, huge branches that are holding it down. These have been pushed right over. Right?
Right? Yep.
On the other side is a hog, like an
Trail?
animal, like animal,
Path. Nice.
right there where it can just watch. And Tim said, he made a good point. In the summer, all these leaves would grow big and make it even thicker.
So it's not a bad spot, really.
No, it's a great spot.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking for a tree X. Have you seen a tree X?
I haven't seen that in here yet.
No, I'm not here. No, I didn't see anything down there.
We have 4 things in a row. We have the arch, the big giant arch, and then we have the tree that's upside down. And then we have this, all kind of in a row, and then we have the symbols on the ground,
Right.
which is kind of like a glyph.
Yeah, a glyph. Yep.
Like a glyph. And if I, from the rotation of the Earth's atmosphere and the way the wind is blowing, I'm pretty sure it's saying, I'm going to eat that short blonde filmmaker guy first. I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
It just doesn't matter.
So looking at tree structure, Troy thinks that all the tree structures are Bigfoot, but don't tell him I'm saying this.
What do you think?
I think all the tree structures in here are Bigfoot. That's what I think.
Do you hear that? That's from his words, not mine. This guy. Like, hey, watch where you step. You're stepping on a tree structure.
Watch out, you're going to step on the print that I found. You see the print that I found, right?
I was in the middle of interviewing Tim when a strange phenomena happened. James' electronic energy device started going off. And I mean literally going off the scale.
9,000. This was up 198,000.
Yeah.
Why does any of the
Because something with electricity in there.
200 and something thousand.
You smell that?
Here it is again, 12,000, 1,200,000.
Did you smell that?
Look at here, this thing is pegged completely out.
This has been.
I mean, that's it too. Now 57,
Do you think
426, 99, 450, 233. See there, it's a 2 variant. It can't be yours.
No.
And it was doing it before you even come over here close to
Yeah.
it.
So what's happening
304,
is they have a
28,
tri-field.
15, 11.
What's a tri-field?
It's a meter that reads, different frequencies and stuff like that.
Electromagnetic
This one here is set up
radiation.
for RF readings.
Yeah. And both Tim's and James, their meters are going crazy. And we're in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
right? Like, look, we're in the middle of nowhere. Oh, look, there's a 7-Eleven right beside us. Yeah, no, there's nothing around us, and the meters are going nuts.
53, 48.
Is yours still going
32.
crazy?
Mine was just barely moving.
That's back at 3.
So what do you think is happening?
2.
Hey? What do you think's happening?
I think I'm being buzzed by something. Because they do have energy forces to them.
Like this.
And they can read minds and different things like that. The way I keep hearing about different people talking about them, because I watch a lot of documentaries.
And my phone.
Here's 67, 99,
My phone right there making.
Yeah, the phone is doing.
229.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, this is odd. I mean, you know what? I'm going to think about it when I go over here to the 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee. As evening rolls in, Tim, Troy, and I headed back to an area where Tim had a possible sighting of a skunk ape. Troy saw something over here. What the? Are you using night vision? Thermal. Thermal.
Well, it's because really about where I'm at now. And then those 2 trees right there is where I was getting the eye shine. There's a big tree and a small tree together. Yeah,
I'm going to do a howl.
Okay.
Okay? And my howl is going to hopefully attract a mate. No, just kidding. Attract one of these skunk apes. Okay. Do you want to do one? Blame you.
Well, it's because of growing up hunting. I've always been real quiet in the woods, so I don't do anything like that.
Okay, well, within 45 minutes, this is how long it takes these creatures to come.
To get up close.
Yeah.
Like this, there's a real good chance that a hog or something could come through here, or a deer right through here at this little intersection.
Yeah, well, this was red and white,
Yeah.
just like car headlights,
Okay.
as if it was moving back and forth.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I shine my light on it, it made no effect to it.
Uh-huh.
I just saw a red light again.
I saw the same thing.
So is there
It was there for a second. And
yeah, it was gone.
yeah.
Is there car headlights down there? Like, do you think there's a road?
No, it does not. No.
Well, then I'm glad that you saw what I saw.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was like just a flash. Yeah.
Before,
Yeah.
I saw a white light that went like, it looked like it moved from left to right.
Yeah.
But very short, and I thought it was the highway.
Yeah. I saw red and white.
I didn't see the red,
I saw red and white. That's what I saw.
Uh-huh.
but I did see something. No question, I saw something.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're all seeing lights in
Yeah.
the forest. Now, if we can capture it on film, that would be amazing. And Tim and I just saw a red light, just for a second. So I saw a light down here, went from left to right, and then went from right to left, really fast. So this is probably where it was, right here. As I was struggling seeing in the darkness, I know what happened next blew my mind. What I saw was lights, like a red and white one. If you look at the far right bottom corner, you will see eyes shine from a creature that seems to be following us. It would have been right about here. I'm not sure if these eyes are made by a 900-pound skunk ape. I was still fascinated with what are these colorful orbs. I thought it was headlights from cars.
Yeah.
But there is no spaces there. There's no space for something to run this way. And at the speed that it was moving, it moved fast, really fast. For the next couple of hours, we watched the forest for any more streaking lights. But with nothing else seen, we decided to turn in for the night. The next morning, we met up with another skunk ape researcher by the name of Dan. Yeah, it's hard to see me, but Tim and I, we're going to be heading out at, what is it, 5:30 right now?
Yeah, 5:30. Yeah.
5:30 in the morning, hence the annoying roosters across the street. Perfect, and we're going to camp out. Quiet! Can't you see I'm recording? Damn those roosters. Okay, should we get going? Almost. That was not graceful at all. Give me a second. Let's try that again. It is 6:13 in the morning. The sun is just coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
My first actual experience was at Myakka River State Park. Hi, my name's Dan Bazanka. We're out here doing an expedition. I'm with Tim T here. He is the best tracker. I've been out with him at Green Swamp a couple of times, and a couple weeks ago we were at the Green Swamp. As soon as we walked in, he found some possible Skunk Ape tracks that are 11.5 inches. I will say the location. Northern tree line, July 14th. I was just walking into the northern tree line. First 50 yards, a tree did fall down, and I just kind of said, "Holy cow!"
You think it was pushed over?
And it was pushed at first I didn't think it was pushed out. I figured it was nature, you know. But then I just kind of looked, took a quick picture, and about 25 yards there was a bipedal figure there looking at me side-eyed. I do have a picture in my phone right now.
How far away were you?
I was about 25 yards. It was on the left-hand side.
And could you see the fur or the hair?
You can see the picture I took.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can I see that picture?
Sure.
When Dan said that he took a picture of a skunk ape, I got overly excited. He does not show it often. Am I finally going to see an actual photo of a skunk ape?
There's the head right there.
Oh, yeah.
This left foot's down here. This is the tree. You can see the eyes. See the conical head and the eyes.
Yeah.
See his hand with the nails.
So where is...
Well,
I can't say for sure if this is a skunk ape that's in this photo, but it's interesting to say the least. Yeah, I can see kind of a little bit of a shape of something. Were you scared? Did you get the heck out right away?
I got the heck out. This all happened in 5 seconds. I tried to get video.
I probably would have myself too. Okay, we found something interesting. It's a tree that's literally been twisted around and pushed in between the tree, and it's old. You can clearly see it's been here a very long time. But yeah, look how it's been just pushed right into that. Yeah. So what do you think, Dan, why these creatures would do something like this?
Of a structure like this, looks like it's all tied up and it's intertwined like you saw.
But why do you think they would do this?
I think that's I don't know.
Maybe it's what do you call it? A marker?
Marker, yeah.
To talk about the tree bend that's literally next to us.
Yeah.
This could be telling all the other.
But I want to know if there's something holding it down on the other side. That's what I.
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
Down here. Is that okay?
Is there anything holding it on the other side? Anything holding it down there?
It's pinned into the leaves. Right here.
Well, there's a second one. See this? And that's holding it down.
Oh my gosh.
This is the second one, Dan.
Look at that. Another one that comes down.
And you just walked under.
Oh, that's another.
And it's being held down. Look at that.
It's being held down.
This one's got a branch over it, pinned into the leaves.
Yeah. Let's do this. So, do you think this one hold it down, would it?
This is the branch on top of that.
Yeah, but that would definitely not be
hold
strong enough to hold it.
Right here.
We usually just say it's pinned down with that. Yeah.
It's pinned under the leaf, but right here. Pinned right here.
Yeah. That one too. This one right above it is also the same.
Oh yeah, it's a bigger part.
Look. Come closer and take a look at this. This is literally bent around it. Like, look, it's completely bent around it.
Intertwined right here.
This is
kind of like a doorway.
Oh, that is like, for some reason I almost think that these creatures can manipulate the wood, the branches, to be able to bend them, like when they make the nests.
Yeah.
Correct.
Make the nests.
Yeah.
Snap them off and put them in the.
But let me show you the top here. You can see that this here has been completely bent around. That is not natural.
Oh no, that's not natural.
No.
You guys found.
So we are heading to the area where Tim and what was your friend's name?
My friend's name, Chris Connor.
Yeah, with Chris Connor and Tim T. We're heading to an area where he had put up a tree cam and caught something pulling it pulling the branch down and snapping. And we're gonna go and do some measurements. We're gonna have Tim T stand there and just, you know, I'm very curious to see the area where this happened. So hopefully we get some good evidence. Tim T is also, you know, scouring the ground for tracks.
Is that okay, bud?
You know, stand in the middle so you get, so this one is definitely living. I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, this
Because
one's
usually
pretty...
one's living and the other one's kind of pushed over to
Yeah, it's against the branch up top.
As I moved closer to the base of the tree, it was clear to me that this 20-foot log had been moved from somewhere else. Placed here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's placed there, yeah.
I mean, there is no area.
There's no stump there. No.
Now, just to let you know, obviously this could just be, you know, there's a possibility it's just tree fall. But ironically, just like other places I've investigated around North America, one tree is living and the other tree has been moved somewhere else and placed, causing an X. What does it mean? I have no idea. Like, I really don't. You know, is it like something that tells others to stop? Don't go into that direction? Because it makes me want to go into that direction. As we ventured deeper into the swamps, we came across something that I've always wanted to find. And this is awesome. This is freaking truly amazing. And it's a good thing. I can use a lot more vitamin C. Oh, look at that. Oranges! Florida oranges. I'm gonna try one.
Take the tree. Oh, you can break that.
Man, these look perfect. Look at this. This is so cool.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Wow, this is...
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so...
Yeah, that's not great for you.
Oh my gosh, I will be so happy with this. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm gonna try this. My very first Florida orange from the wild. Oh, it is so good. Ah, not messy at all. There's a lot of seeds though. Okay, I'm gonna have to change this for a second. We have to take this over again. Okay, hey, this is my very first Florida seeds. Like, I mean, seeds, like so many of them. I'm gonna be pooping seeds for like a week. Enough of all this fun and games. As we traverse this swampy area, looking for any evidence left behind by one of these skunk apes. Lots of oranges here. Tim spots something.
See that alligator slide right over there.
Oh yeah.
On the other side of the tree.
There's an alligator slide across the way. So, let's see if I can see if there's any alligators here. Don't want to get too close to the edge. Oh, I think I see the alligator. You know, it's interesting. An alligator doesn't go too far away from the slide, and that's where I call them roosting, where they kind of lay in the sun and get warm, and then if they have to make a quick escape, they just slide down into the water. I don't see the alligator. Oh, well, what do you know? I am actually standing on a slide. That freaked me.